Hello, hello. Testing one, two, three. Wonder, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, okay, good, good. Been a while since you got in the community. Oh, okay. We'll start in like 2, 3 minutes if we're moving to more quality close. Wonder you can take the stage from here. Guys, did you make the announcement also on the channel? The community chat.
Yeah, I believe Wonder made the announcement. I think his mic may not be working.
Can you hear me now?
There you are.
Oh, did anyone hear me before? Oh gosh, I guess
Nope.
people can
No.
hear me before. Damn, I
No.
was speaking the words. I was speaking the words. Yeah, I posted it on the events channel. I pinged everybody. If you want, I could put it in the literal announcements channel, but in events, they also get it.
Oh, can we check if also the people can hear?
Yeah, can you guys hear us? There we go. Yeah, it's funny. I was testing it before. I'm like, can you guys hear me? And I thought I saw people like commenting affirmative. And then I realized no. But yeah, no, I guess I'll repeat what I said. Hey everybody, we're gonna start soon. I dropped a link for you guys. Make sure you spread it to your communities. Here you go. We'll start in about 2 minutes from now. We'll see if we can get at least 100 to start. You guys know how it is over here. We start at least 100 nowadays. But we'll give some people some time to join. And yeah, so what we'll do, if you guys want, we'll bring some people on stage. We're gonna answer some questions as well because we want some feedback. But first, again, like I mentioned throughout the week, it's gonna be like a lot of listening and stuff like that. And if you have questions, you can leave them in the chat beforehand. We can pick some specific questions, get them answered. We could also have some people join the stage, but that's gonna be a little bit in the second half of it. So just please be patient. If you raise your hand, we can bring you guys on. And also another thing I said while I was muted, I was saying we just announced the Ocean UGC Quest winners, and it was really cool. A lot of cool creations, and thank you for everybody that participated. Like really cool stuff, and I can honestly see us doing something like this again in the future. No promises, of course, but that was really cool. We had some really cool stuff, and we're gonna showcase some of the best ones. And I say some because there are a lot that are amazing that we may not end up previewing, but we're gonna show a bunch of them. And yeah,
Good,
so
good. I think also, like, I think it's from the beginning of the project, the chemical water that you will be all than is, well, I would say we remember we have this consensus by daily routine where we give updates on what's going on. And then we kind of pushed it a little bit, went out, or as a team, we went more stealth just for us to keep some trade secrets and build fast and focus on build up. But right now, since we are more established, we have single product, be very good edging, we've been like being farming at that time. Now the visual is clear and we're in the execution phase. So it's much easier at times to bring back the leading product that built and from when I would like to commit to get it into. It will add a lot of value. Let the world see what we're building on a weekly basis. We looked around once we open source the codes. We don't have even cross collaboration between the community and our team in Geography for contributors from our side. But we feel like building fast. So we're getting there.
say Shitty, sorry to interrupt you. Your mic sounds very like robotic. Do you think you could adjust your mic maybe?
I don't think that's gonna be an easy task. Maybe I should go out and back again.
Yeah, because before it sounded good. Before it sounded good, but people are saying they can't hear you. So if you can maybe reset or see what happens.
So let me go out and come back again.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if we could get it better. At first, it sounded good.
How does this sound?
Can you say like one more thing?
Our intelligence, all the O.XYZ. Okay.
Still sounds a bit difficult. Do you think you could? Are you on a mobile or PC? Because I remember you had like another mic thing. Like if you could like make sure it's on like the right input device, maybe it went to a incorrect one.
No, I don't have another headphone, so let me try that one. See how it goes. It's like,
Ah, cool. Yeah, sometimes Discord just puts it on default, and sometimes that default isn't the input. So maybe that was his problem. We'll see if we can get that sorted out. Does everyone else sound okay for you guys, or is it just Shadid?
I'm actually on my PC, so mine might not sound right.
how's my audio now?
It sounds more consistent, I would say.
I mean, look, there's no way it's gonna get better.
Okay. I mean, this one sounds more consistent to me. The quality is not as good, but it sounds consistent.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah, let's try
so hopefully, we get that started now in a minute. Thank you guys for joining. What was the coolest thing you've seen someone build?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. Okay. I can show a little bit. I mean, I can't say coolest because there's a lot, but I do have like I can show you our top 3 very quickly, and I have them here. Let me see if I can pull them up very quickly. I will stream temporarily. I don't know if you're gonna have audio, but yes, these are made from very diligent community members. Can everybody see?
I can see.
Yeah. Let me see if everyone can see the chat.
What is this?
So this is made by O.XYZ. It's kind of like a hub. So he made this. All of these are made via Ocean, of course. So it's just like a little hub. It has like the websites and stuff. We have a bunch of games as well, so you can open up an app. There's integrated games and stuff like that. It's like a Connect Four style, a
Wow.
memorization game. I think our faces are in this. Yep, there we go. Let's see if I can find yours.
Who's this?
Oh, O.XYZ. He's at Zenith.
Wow. We should hire this guy.
Yo, honestly, he could, because this guy's mad talented. This guy's mad talented. I'm not even joking.
I love I love the creative.
Yeah, Pong, like really fire. So he got using our top 3. This one, oh, I love this one. This is made by Paul. He made a game. Let me show you. O.XYZ Adventure. Their mascot and stuff.
Wow.
Using Ocean, by the way. This is Ocean, guys. Oh, that's really cool though. And then you get damaged by these guys. Boom. Yep. And then also this guy. Oh, this is one of my favorites too. You might have seen a little bit of this, Shadid. I sent you a bit of this, but really good.
I haven't seen it. What? What is this?
Oh my gosh, it's called Super Shadid.
Is that serious?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, the community was cooking. Community was cooking. Yeah, no. And we have more cool ones, but these are some of the best ones. Really cool stuff. But yeah, no, that's what we've been up to.
Well, look, I need you to connect me to this guy who made this hub. Beautiful idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. But he's probably in the chat. But I'll connect you with him.
yeah. Let's connect later with him and cover his. So, yeah, good guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, until then, I think we could go ahead and start talking about some of the updates and stuff.
Of course. So let's go through the timeline, right? We launched in Hong Kong 22nd of February. I think that same night before the launch, the night before the launch, or the same like 2 a.m. was Hong Kong time. Bybit hack happened, or the day before, and it was kind of like the timing wasn't in our favor into that. So it took the whole market down, as you guys can see, and then Trump tariffs and so on, all that kind of like impacted both the stock market, crypto market, everything. And then that's from a market perspective, and I think in my perspective, the markets still have a lot of downside potential at this point. I want to be honest with you, and that's across all sectors, all coins, everything. Like I don't know, like IO or OI or Bitcoin or whatever. I think there's a huge possibility for us Bitcoin to get back below this, like first 72, 67, 68. There's a huge possibility. So, that's just something to aware of. Looking at the current market structure, looking at the current market volume, looking at the industry sentiment, looking at quant systems that are trading and their volume in the market. You guys know before I started on it. And I still have these infrastructure, this market sentiment analysis and all that volume analysis. And so, since Hong Kong, I have actually like called my friends since the moment, sorry, the hack happened. I told them, guys, you have to go, like this hack has impacted the market very massively. And everyone should be very careful. So from market dynamics, there is no reason current for nothing. And usually when there's no reason, there's only the hope. Hope you understand. So like what I feel is definitely there is a move that's gonna happen. And I don't think this is the end of it. But I think there is this is kind of like a pause, a multi-month. You I don't know, July, probably that range made that pause, and usually summer is also so extend all the way to August. But it's still like a temporary pause rather than. What I also think is, well, regardless, I mean, if we have another war happening, that's another story. But we'll say generally, like if things in the world perspective remain neutral, I would say the based on my understanding, and by the way, this is a very important point. The reason why I'm talking about this because product roadmap kind of aligns with, and we'll even link the dots just minutes. So what I see is the market shift from a bear market to bull market cycles to a continuous bull market with pauses. That's what I see. I don't think we're gonna go back to the phase where we have bear markets like what we had 4 years ago and the 4 years before and so on. I don't think that actually is the case or is gonna continue to be the case. What I think is we're gonna right now crypto industry is gonna become like the S&P 500 index in the sense of like whatever the S&P is going through, crypto markets gonna go through it. And usually S&P doesn't go in a very long period of. I mean, only in very rare economic crises, not talk about it. Things remained as is, the world remained neutral, and so on. I don't think we are going to have any more bull markets. I think we are going to have continuous uptrend with multi-month downtrend, multi-month down, uptrend again, multi-month downtrend again. Definitely continuously going up. So through these cycles, projects are going to be kind of like, think of it like a cache in the memory of your clear the cache, right? So anyone who's like only for the hype, only for nothing, only in meme coins, all this trash that is negatively, these cycles are very healthy because it cleans the market again and again continuously. And I think that's really healthy. Yes, I know it's damaging, but maybe that's a lesson for us to carefully invest risk when we invest in coins or part of project. But I also think it's very important for these like I call them memory cache cleaning cycles. Purge cycle, purge, and then continuous purge cycle. Like keep cleaning the memory because the market just gets too much congested bullshit, trash, and you clean the trash, and then another cycle. And if you look at the index, if you look at an index of AI coins, that's, and then you look at the products, there's no products, and all these projects have really it's set for the law. Should these projects just there and that, and that also was one of the big reasons why I had to make the hard decision to turn off. Because for a long-term continuous action in such new type market structure, we do need to make sure we are not labeled have a meme call, because the market is always going to clean them. So we definitely had to.
Excuse me,
Makes sense.
Ahmad. Yeah, you
Yeah,
always keep breaking up, so it seems like we are losing like half of what you are saying.
If you guys want, do you guys just want to try like, I don't know if it'll make a difference, but maybe you could try like a quick X base. But I don't know if it'll make a difference, honestly.
Yeah, it's weird, right? We can jump to X, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yeah, let's try it. Real quick though, before we switch to X spaces, meanwhile, I guess you could get that set up. But there's been questions, very quickly I'll answer this. People are talking about the quest and stuff like that, and people choosing that the people that are top 10 is being too difficult, that type of stuff. There's so many things to consider. And one, I'm just gonna say real quick, there's so many different types of ways to win the quest. There's skill-based quests, there's luck-based quests, there's a combination of either or. When it comes to certain quests, it's like there's so many people you have to please. If we look at it from, oh, this person already has a shard, let's get the people that don't have a shards. You have to consider the fact that the people that are consistently winning are some of the most talented. We need a way to incentivize the people who are creating the best. Someone like Exoquant or someone like Paul, someone who creates at a very high level consistently, we need to continue to incentivize these people and reward these people for creating high quality things, because as an ecosystem, we need the best of the best. So I'm going to continue, and we have been continuing to do this. We're accommodating all sorts of people. For people that aren't as confident in their technical abilities or their talents in certain ways, we have contests and quests where we could leverage people's talents in different ways. And we also have ways to do it with luck and without luck. So just as long as you're here and as long as you're contributing, and we have operators now, there's ways to contribute in operators, and you could do that. We just dropped that. So I would say just be consistent. It's
How is the audio right now?
Can you want to go ahead and try talking? Maybe we could see if it's better.
Yeah, so we were talking about the market, the new market structure that we are currently witnessing. Market.
That sounds better to me. Maybe like a little bit of cutouts, but it sounds a lot better to me personally.
I think the issue is at your side, to be honest, because my internet is perfect and also my microphone is perfect. So I don't know what would be the issue here.
Yeah, your mic is solid, like most of the time. So what do you guys think? Because I think it's better now.
Yeah, let's try another one. How is this?
That sounds good to me.
Well, cool. Anyway, let's continue because we're running out of time. I think I'm running out of time. So this new structure of market that we're witnessing right now, that I believe that we're not gonna get to a bear market, at least, well, unless some war happened. But I mean, generally, I think at least like in the current year, I don't think is a bear market at all. I think it's a new type and new structure of market where there's a continuous cycles of purging anything that is scammy or useless and have no adoption or community and so on. So that's just so now, since Hong Kong, as you guys have seen, the market was really going down. So internally as a team, we strategized like multiple things. Well, first of all, there is part of the team, as you know, the team internally work in what we call the squads method, meaning that you have a squad for the ocean project,
squad for the operators, you have squad for Origin, you have squad. They're like separate kind of small teams. Squad for O markets, squad for OSOL. Like each one is different. Each team has their their own engineers, developers, leaders, and so on. Kind of semi-sovereign, hybrid sovereign teams that they are just dedicated to do this like one piece of the infrastructure. So what happened is, and we are very tough, like our environment is very tough and tough in the sense of it's a cutthroat. Like you have to get execute, you can't make mistakes a lot, and you have to move fast and you have to commit to deadline. And so there was a partial failure from some people from the operators squad where they failed to deliver the product on time for the Limitless Summit, though they had enough time. Like it wasn't unrealistic timeline for them. They had enough time. So we, after the Bybit situation, we as a company came in together as a team and we're like, okay, the executive team were like, okay, look guys, let's look at this. We may go into 6 months bear market. So our strategy have to immediately shift and adapt to the current market condition, which is building. That's what we are here for. Right now, we have to full focus on building, delivering, and narrowing our focus and resources into the most successful product. So we went through multiple weeks of unstaffing, firing people, bringing in new people, like kind of like restructuring the team. Those who fail to deliver product on time, those who those who kind of like performance reviews in the perspective. So we kind of like restructured the team quickly. It took us 2 weeks to restructure the team. We narrowed down the focus on like big parts of our focus right now is in Ocean. Like the version you have from Ocean right now is just an MVP. It's not really a big deal. And same for operators. It's literally just the MVP, the first version. Just a concept test basically in the market to kind of understand what more we need to add, what is the right direction to go into with a live product to test on. So we have definitely seen like great adoption to operators. I was surprised in the last few days with the new launch, and the concept is nice. I know in the sense a very simple idea, very simple product and so on, but this is going to evolve. So internally as a team, if you guys want to know, like we were after restaffing and so on, we were looking, okay, so we have 2 main products that the team is focused on, full focus. Like OSOL is 80% complete, 95% complete. There's only 2 features for OTC trade. There are some like really small features that have to be worked, so it's not a big deal. But the big focus and the heavy work is in the Ocean. Like Ocean is Ocean operator. So if we look at the team, you will notice that there is around 75% focus from after the launch of operators. 75% of the team is focused on Ocean. 25% of the team is focused on operators. So there's 2 squads, and there's basically kind of like the size of the squads. So the Ocean team, we're looking into the backend code of Ocean and how can we scale this to add more integration, more infrastructure, and so on. So they had to reformat the code, rewrite the code. It wasn't Node.js and JavaScript, so now it's moved to Python. So the backend have to be fully changed to Python because that was really critical for us to quickly iterate and change on the product and enhance the model, enhance the features, add more integrations and so on. As you know, Python is more supported. Now, it was a mistake, I think, from the team internally. They choose Node.js to be the main language of Ocean as a backend, and that was a big mistake. So now they're kind of like refixing this mistake. Because of this mistake, we're unable to quickly add new features on Ocean. Right, so that is something we are working on. So now we are rebuilding Ocean. It's almost ready, by the way. We just like changed all the code to Python. I think by next week updates, we will have already moved everything to Python. No one will notice any change, of course, but from us, from the point we are fully Python in the backend, that is the point when our growth and feature building and integration is going to go like 10x speed. So that was an important piece internally to work on. For operators, the concept is now as I told you guys, we're testing the rewards. We're testing the block rewards systems and the ETL framework, ETL pipeline, which is basically like, the data ingestion, the model kind of analysis on the tweets and supporting multiple tweets, making sure like the metrics are fine-tuned properly, making sure the rewards are kind of fair properly and does not impact the market price, is also fair to the current people that are participating in the operator's platform. Like this is we are now in an observation phase in this week and to next week. And then from this observation phase, the team is going to move into like adding more features to Ocean. For example, if I made a tweet, it will be a task for you and the operators. Oh, here's a new tweet by Ahmed or by O Foundation or X or Y or Z. Retweet it and quote it, right? That's a task for you. If you do it, you get rewarded. Or like write an article. We are thinking to push this week word about, let's say, decentralized AI finance, as an example. So then the task for everyone is to write a Medium article that includes the Ocean or whatever on the AI finance and so on. So that's kind of like, we call it tasks. We will have tasks. Said if you, what should I do today? We kind of give you a bit of a guide. Like would want you to do this and this today. So that's the piece. And then the operator team is going to start working on the engineering operators, because we're getting close to open sourcing the infrastructure and the code. So once the engineering operator is live, when you come in and you go to our open source library and you connect your GitHub account and you go to the repository, if you commit a code, if you submit a PR to improve a code, and then it was approved, will be immediately rewarded by MISO. So meaning that we will use the power of community to build fast more things. Once we open source, then people will be able to build faster. So that's the next step for operators, which is adding more features into the marketing, which we call the tasks. And starting on the engineering type of operator, the engineering agents who are going to help grow our code fast and build things, ship things fast. So that's like a quick I would say rundown whatever we've been working on. There are other pieces from a business perspective we are working on, but this is what I can currently share about this. We have drilled down Ocean to a point where the current list of features and things we need to work on Ocean needs more than 6 months of work. I need more than 50 people just specifically for Ocean. So we are going to go in a phase that's why Python was very important for us to refactor the code and rebuild it in Python, so we can easily build the 6 month long backlog of features. And it's a lot of features. Like you have the routing intelligence, you have the coding and all this, the code agent on your VS Code. There's so multiple things that we're working on. All is a list of very long backlog of features that we are preparing ourselves to start with, but we had to switch to Python to be able to start building this big log of features. So that's a quick overview. I'm happy to take 2 or 3 questions, and I'm like really, really short of time, Wonder, so I have to go out in like 5 minutes. So let's go.
Yeah, all good. Wait, you said you wanted to take some questions?
Yeah, let's take 2 or 3 questions, and then I will leave you guys with the Q&A.
Sure. Here, Vaughn, you can come up first.
Hello, Shadid. Nice to hear you.
Oh, good to hear your voice again. How are you?
Fine. Just went from Warsaw, from a conference, like 3 days of conference.
Wow. Which
It
one?
was crazy. So my question is, I still wonder in the Mando also at Amos. So it's about when we'll have when we could buy Omni and other plans in Ocean for crypto.
That's a good question. It should have been actually already rolled out back on the launch at Hong Kong. That feature, I think, there's nothing really blocking it other than I have asked the team to stop building or any other feature. Like I literally went to the Ocean team, I was like, guys, stop everything. Don't build whatever you're building, stop it. Move everything to Python. So that is taking time right now from the team. They stopped all features. So all these tickets and support tickets, they stopped everything until they switch to Python. Once that switch happens, any of these things could be done in like 3 hours. Each task or each feature is like 3-4 hours of work, 6 hours of work. It's going to be really fast. So just give the team some time to finalize the Python redeployment. And then I think all these features are going to be very easy. And at the end, like all this is easily can be supported by the support like it specifically cannot only, you can only pay in crypto. So just open a ticket to support team. They will be able to help you.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Next question.
If you see any in chat, man, you could ask them. If you guys want to raise your hand, we got about time for one more in terms of a hand raise. I was answering some questions in chat. Let's see.
Yeah, a guy asking is Cerebras inside. Of course, with Cerebras at this point first. Another question is when OI is listing on exchanges. I'm not gonna answer this question, and there is a reason why we chose not to list on exchanges now, because as you know, there are some exchanges that if you are listed on lower tier exchanges before you talk to them, they make it harder for you to list on them. So I hope that answers the question. Oh yeah, for a good question about the slippage compensation. I actually got the document yesterday from Arcanum on the slippage conversation. So compensation. It's supposed to be done in the next 2 days. I think the list is almost ready, Arcanum, right? I just had a question to you if you remember on Slack. If the list is,
Yeah, correct.
is there's more than the people on that list, or that's just it? I think that was my last question to you, and we're ready to do it.
Honestly, I'm getting a lot of other like community related questions. So if anything, we could just handle those when you gotta leave. Oh, we have Mr. John. Let's bring you up. Mr. John. Oh, he has to come up, but okay. In that case, let's just keep. If you see any, oh, there he is. Hey, Mr. John.
Okay, good evening.
How's it going?
Especially, yeah, I'm really happy with what you're building, and you actually touched lives back here in Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria, by the way. Please, concerning the marketing, could you throw more light on that, please? The marketing tags that one can do.
So as you know right now, you're able to submit a link for the content that's written, but we do not give you any instruction or ideas or inspiration what you should be doing. So what we're thinking to do is, for example, let's say O Foundation Twitter account have posted an article, right? Then we will give you a task. Hey, like, retweet, and quote retweet. And then if you quote retweet, submit the link of your quote retweet. And then we will review your opinion on this retweet that O Foundation have done. And then that itself becomes also like, how to say, a task that you get rewarded for. So instead of you just sitting, oh, what should I write today? No, or like, here's the few posts we already did today. Quote it, write some content about it or around it, and retweet it. That also will give you some rewards. So kind of like boosting up the opportunity for getting rewards more for the community.
Okay, thank you very much. That answers my question.
Of course, of course.
Keep building, keep building. I'm 1,000% bullish on your project.
Appreciate it, man. We're just at the infancy of the project, so too early.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Of course. Okay, cool. So, Wonder, I'll leave you with the team here, the community. I have to. So, if you allow me.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. We'll talk.
See you guys next week on product update. I hope by next week our Python backend have been done. I'll give you an update on that if there's any delay. We are here to. I'm publicly committing that we will do a weekly product update, and that also pushes the team internally to make sure we have proper, good updates every week. So thank you guys for listening and for joining. See you guys later. I'll leave you with Amanda, Wonder, and Arcanum, and the rest of the team. Take care, guys.
Bye,
Cheers.
Shadi.
Bye.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna answer some of these questions and some of these things in chat. We'll stay for a bit longer, not too long because we do have to leave. But first, I'm just gonna bring this up again.
Bro,
One was a content. Hmm?
can you please say to that people who are waiting for Galaxy airdrop for $20K to
Oh my gosh, guys! I keep telling you guys, Galaxy. I say this all the time. Expectations for Galaxy should not be high because it's not that there's not a lot. It's one that Galaxy, in terms of pool for what we would be providing compared to everything else, it's not going to be as high as Zenith. It's not going to be as high as OG. It's not going to be high as like those, you know. So I don't want everyone's expectations to be sky high. You have to also consider dilution. If we go through the end where there's cyber checks or other verification, that a lot of people get pruned out because maybe there's botting, right? Because a lot of people bought Galaxy. So if it gets to a point, ideally, I want this to happen where people think, like, people have like multi accounts, right? Say somebody has like 10, 20 Galaxy accounts connected to the campaign, and we find a way to get them out the way. Um, that would be good because it's not authentic. And also that means that there's more rewards for people who are genuine. But again, I don't want people to expect there's gonna be crazy airdrops for Galaxy. And I want that to be known now so there's not uproar whenever that happens. Now, there is a slight chance I'm wrong and it is gonna be a lot. I just based on the amount of people that are in Galaxy, I don't think that's going to be the case. Galaxy is a way to, reward or kind of influence consistent engagement, and also, as I said, reward you. But the bulk of it would be associated with, like stuff like getting Zenith and the roles on Discord. Now, while you are getting those roles in Discord, the good thing about that, they all kind of go together, right? If you're aiming for Zenith, right? Then there's a good chance that doing the Galaxy is going to help you do that. And the tasks that are in Galaxy are going to help you get shards. And that's just facts. So doing them together, even with the Telegram campaign, those are also going to move hand in hand. And another question, a lot of people are talking about trying to optimize the way we do these quests. And I understand, don't get me wrong, when I talk, it's kind of hard to gauge the way somebody's intentions through messages because you miss out tone of voice, you miss out some of the emotion. Now, when I say this to you guys, I do mean it sincerely, but it's like when it comes to having quests, there's so many people to please, there's so many people to consider. And yes, it's hard when it gets difficult, right? You do these quests and it's very hard because it's very competitive. And I get that and I understand that. So I'd like to accommodate you people, which we have done and we're gonna keep doing. But again, then we get into a loop. There's gonna be infinite people complaining or infinite people that want this, or this. And I get that, right? But you also have to look at it from the outside and be like, okay, what are they doing and what is going to keep on doing? And what I would like to say is we are making it to the point where we are incentivizing people from all these different types of groups. We're incentivizing people who are creating and have been creating high quality content and should be creating high quality content. For the people who say, oh, there's these people that keep on taking our prizes because it's so hard to beat them. I understand that. So we do have something for you guys, but you guys also have to realize us as a group, us as a project, why would we not want to incentivize the people that are creating the best content? We want it to be competitive in a sense because that competition is going to make more content, which is better for the project overall, which is also something that you as a supporter of the project want. You want that. Even if you want to win contests, you're going to want that. Now again, we've had situations where we've had it being luck based. We've had it where we had a combination of it being luck based and skill based. We've had a where it's more purely skill based, and we're gonna keep doing that. Now, if you're asking, maybe there wasn't enough winners for the Ocean UGC event because it takes time. I agree with that. I think that this was a big quest, but you have to use context as well. Let's give the context of the situation. One of our other quests we had a huge quest where we had 40 winners for the product hunt quest, right? And we gave out a bunch of shards, and that was factual, right? Now we have to get a balance, right? There's only so much money that we have to fund community initiatives. And for the Ocean Quest, that's why it was so high, because it takes a lot. That's why we had like 100 USDT prizes and stuff like that, because it's hard. But when this dropped is when you might have heard the stuff Shadid mentioned earlier, like, but like the stuff with the market and the stuff was going on, we had to rebalance a lot of things. And just for safety, right? So when we rebalance things, we had less money to give just out to random community initiatives. Not random community initiatives, but it's like we have to rebalance. So we had less money to give to contests. So I can't just keep throwing like 100 USDT to everybody, because we could be using that money for things like products and other things as well that you guys will probably want us investing more into. So again, we're gonna keep doing. I think that's more balanced, so don't worry about that. Another question I saw, let me scroll up. I saw a few questions that I wish I got yesterday at the community AMA, because I would have been able to answer that. People asking about revealing the hidden quest. I decided not to, not because I don't like, it's pretty easy to find out, I'm not gonna lie. But part of the reason I'm doing that is because I want to keep it as fresh as possible. And you guys should be happy that I'm not revealing it, because what that means is there's a chance I'm gonna do the exact same thing again. And if I do the exact same thing again, it's gonna be easier for you because you could give me a guess, and that might be a way to be eligible. I don't want to give it out because I don't want it to be too easy. And just in case I do an alternate version of it in the future, I want it to be a bit more challenging and a bit more mysterious. Now, me saying that, don't expect that to be close to what happens for a while, because I might never do it again, but it's possible. Um, so yeah. Yes, weekly product updates though. We're gonna have this again. We're gonna try to make sure it is consistent. And yeah, I'll do a few more questions. I think we'll do it until, for me, it's almost 4:30, so probably end around there or whenever we stop getting questions. Um, Kurt.
And sorry, I wonder, and can you please explain, guys? I saw like some questions about why we don't list on Binance.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Well, I can't fully explain all the details why, because when Shadi was here, he mentioned that there's reasons that strategically that it's not happening yet, and a keyword is like yet, right? So whenever that, and there's reasons we can't talk about exchange listings. Um, you know, there's reasons you guys could probably figure out why that might be complicated, but we're just not allowed to do that all the time, except for when it gets revealed. So when it happens. But right now, we're not really. You'll see when, like, you'll see when. Oh, let's keep it like that. Shitty did mention that before, though. Okay.
Yeah, like Shadi said, as firstly community, secondly listings, and that's all.
So they will come, but right now it's just like there's a different strategy or ordering that's gonna be going on, and we're gonna do that. So I would love to tell you guys more information on that, but right now is not the time. Maybe on a different week of product updates. Yeah, possibly. When will the next hidden quest start? Okay, for the hidden quests, I mentioned this last AMA. I think I did yesterday or something, but here's what you have to consider. For these hidden quests, there's gonna be buffer periods that I give to people that find it organically. If I tell you about a hidden quest, there's a good chance it's already been out for a few days. I probably wouldn't do a full week, but maybe like 3 to 5 days or maybe earlier. And then I would tell you guys there's a hidden quest and I might give you guys hints. Because but again, I don't think it's a good, because I don't want you guys to like be hunting crazy, because it's unfair and it's honestly pretty unhealthy to keep like spamming refresh on pages, looking through every single text channel, trying to get like a top bash shard. That's unhealthy. And I don't want, I feel like in a sense that's a little unethical because I know how dedicated and how focused some people are on that stuff. I don't want you guys to have to do that. So just make it natural, you know, just be natural. If I give you a hint, be like, oh, maybe there's a hint. Let me look for it. Okay. But I'm not gonna tell you. If I put it 3 days beforehand and somebody finds it randomly or organically, they will be rewarded. Um, and yeah. Okay, another thing people are talking about, we had more discussion about how we should handle, you know, doing the quest. And I know I've talked a lot about it, so I'm not gonna do too much now. But I know somebody mentioned we should do like a voting process, and I think we spoke about that. I think voting's cool, right? But there's so many factors you have to consider as well. One, for example, a lot of these quests, we have like 300 entries. So to get thousands of people to be coordinated on voting for thousands of entries, yes, we can have a simple voting process, right? But it's crazy. Think about it. If I have to put 300 entries and be like, oh, you guys all vote 5 stars, that's crazy. The amount of time we spend doing this sometimes is a lot. And I know not everybody's going to do that. And it introduces way too many places for bias or inconsistency. So it's just not viable. There's maybe better ways. Maybe if we condense them down to 50, 20, and we get you guys to vote, then yeah, sure, we could do that. That is possible. But it's
Yeah,
just
I've done that before, what you were just mentioning, Wonder. And I think I had like 90 entries. And, you know, sometimes we get way more than that. And I worked on trying to make, you know, a poll that the whole community could work on, you know, pick their favorites. It took me over a week.
Mm.
So that would involve not working on anything else. And I mean, a lot of these competitions, we get, you know, over 150 entries. So yeah, I don't think it's viable.
yeah, it's not. So maybe later on, we maybe could do what I see us being able to do is later on we can get maybe our Zenith members to help more. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I could see that happening. I could maybe extend some of it down to OG, but I probably won't. I think we're probably gonna keep it Zenith, honestly, or whatever Amanda thinks too. Like we'd have to talk about it, but I think Zenith first, and then we'll test it out, see how it goes. You know. Um, yeah, let's see. I think the rest we kind of covered. So we'll probably close this off. Oh, somebody mentioned this as well. I'll get into it in depth. So somebody mentioned if a person regularly creates high quality content, what are the chances of them getting shards / rolls other than emerald, or is it not possible? Now, the simple answer, I mean, I wouldn't even say simple. There's two ways to see it, right? If you read and understand Operation Zenith, which you should if you want to get the rolls, you will see that it says there's pretty much I mean, actually, no, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna keep it like just fully straightforward. If you make content, if you read Operation Zenith, you will see there's multiple ways to get shards based on high quality content and being consistent. You just have to know how to leverage that the best way possible. So, for example, if you're someone who's consistently creating content, if we see you being consistent and producing like amazing stuff, um, there's a chance you could get randomly rewarded a black opal shard. I'm just gonna say it straight up, right? But you're not gonna know that, and I don't want people to have that expectation because I don't want it to be where I keep on creating content. I'm gonna get a black opal shard. That's not how it's supposed to go. That's not a mindset. It's when you get a black opal, most of the time it's either you create something that's so good that's undeniably something that has to be recognized, or you're just doing something natural. You're being yourself, you're being organic, you're being authentic, and you be rewarded for it. Now, if you do create, what I mean by leverage your content. So you notice there's iolite, you have black opal, you have emerald, and those are pretty much I say those are 3 shards I would say are the most, uh well, okay, I'll disclaim this as well. Highlight may or may not be also one of those, and I'm being very vague with highlight on purpose. I'm not gonna reveal any of that yet, and there's a chance that you can get highlight right now, or maybe you cannot. But if you can or you cannot get highlight right now, there is nothing to worry about because everything is under control. And that can either mean that the highlight process has already begun and people who are going to get highlight are already processed or being processed and will get it, or that means that hasn't started yet, and it's fine it hasn't started yet because it's under control and it's going according to plan for whatever reason. And I'm being vague on purpose. I'm sorry, I have to be vague, but there's a reason why it's redacted. Like there's a reason why it's hidden, you know. And once you start seeing a lot of people get highlight, it will make more sense. It will make more sense. Everything will make more sense. So don't worry about it. But again, let me continue. So if you create a lot of content, I would say Emerald, maybe Highlight, because I'm not going to be straightforward with that. Then you have Highlight and Black Opal. These are all shards you can get with content creation. With Highlight, you need to know how to leverage it because if you create content, there's a bunch of quests, right? So you got to use that content you're making and use it for the quests. You can also use old content sometimes, right? Or you can use new content, but that's important. Black Opal, if you're consistently creating content, like I said, you can randomly just get Black Opal, you know? Emerald, then yeah, consistency, yes. So keep creating content if you want. I think you should do it for love of the project, and you will see what happens to people who do have love for the project. I'll keep it that way. And if you want those results, then just be authentic. Let's see. So consistency is key. Also, operators. If you're one of those people that are regularly creating, operators is for you. I'm gonna scroll down. I think I missed some new questions. We have 8 more minutes here. If anyone else on the panel would like to share some words or anything, feel free. But I'm just gonna keep reading. Leonard, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not there yet. Give me a bit. I have a lot of DMs. Sorry. Coins are sinking. Oh my gosh, you're so funny, bro. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you guys brought this up. I'm glad you brought this up, bro. Because man said coins are sinking. Sorry, I'm gonna get a little. I don't mean to be toxic, but you have to be real here. Coins are sinking. Can't you see this? The community is currently losing money. We supported you. Now it's your turn. Let's get into that. Okay, so one, obviously you guys know the market isn't looking good. A lot of you are like, that's just an excuse. How long are we going to run under that? Okay, sure. Look at your other favorite projects. Look at all these other projects. Look at the market. Now you are saying we supported you, now it's your turn. A lot of the people that have this mentality, and I'm sorry, I'm just being realistic. And if I'm wrong, I would love to have a healthy discussion. But a lot of people that come up here and talk like this aren't people who are core community members. In the background, people that are core community members may still have mentality like this, and it's okay to have your own opinion. But you need to understand that, or you have to be realistic. You guys are saying you guys think Shadid and the team are selling, but I'm sorry to tell you, you guys are wrong. The people who are taking money from each other are you guys. You guys are taking money from each other. You guys are blaming us for no reason. You're talking about support. Do you know how much money Shadid has given to the community? And you guys act like he doesn't. It's crazy. And it's so ungrateful. Like for someone who's in the outside, like I know things that you guys don't know because I'm more internal. But I'm gonna be honest, like you guys have I'm not saying the same for every single person, but you guys have been given privileges and things that some of you guys don't even deserve. Sorry, I'm losing my voice again. I'm still a bit sick. But you guys have gotten opportunities and things that you don't deserve. Not everybody. Like our core community people, the people who are contributing, the people who are genuine. I love you guys genuinely. Like I appreciate you guys a lot. But there's so many people that come out of nowhere. I've never seen you a day in my life. And you guys
I mean, he thinks the current market is normal. So
Like-
I don't think he's paying much attention to the market.
the current market is not normal, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You guys can have your own opinions that Bitcoin's gonna recover or whatever. But if you guys understand technical analysis, if you guys understand market conditions, if you understand the situation we're at, like you can say Bitcoin's back at 85K, but you could go back to look at the AI coins, bro. Look at AI coins, you can look at Ren, you can look at Arweave, you can look at all these projects and have that same mentality. And it's just I'm being realistic.
Satoshi is killing Bitcoin.
Like for real, bro. I'm being so genuine, like unbiased. And you may not be able to understand it being unbiased because obviously I represent this project, but I'm being real. And I can argue this stuff. If you guys want to have a discussion and talk about it, we can. But if we're talking about success of projects, market conditions are not good right now. And that's just facts. And I can stand on that. I'll stand on that. I think that's factual. Even if some of your projects are recovering, it's different. You have smaller cap coins, you have large cap coins, you have mid caps. They move differently. You have different coins that work differently. But the point is, the market isn't like. I don't think the market's good right now. And for to see what you guys want to see, the market needs to be better. We need investor confidence back to return to see the things that you want to see. And that's just how it is. And for you guys saying, and I know a lot of things in the past haven't gone as smooth, but don't ever let I listen, I understand bad things happen, but I feel like so many people let the bad things outshine the good things. One or two bad things let people forget about all the good things that happened in the past. If you look at the whole entire timeline of O.XYZ, the amount of money that we've been giving away to giveaways and just like random times, like early people that held certain tokens too, like you don't hear about these people because they're mostly silent. A lot of times you hear about the people who have bad experiences because they want to talk the most. A lot of people that have success or things went good for them, a lot of them, they maybe say thank you, or honestly, they don't say anything for multiple reasons. Maybe because they're happy they don't want to say anything, or sometimes they want to be low key because they want to hide the wins. They want to pretend like they didn't succeed because they want to be low key. But the people that didn't succeed, they're more likely to be loud. And and again, do not get me wrong. Like, I want everybody to win. Everybody that invests their time or their effort in our projects, I want you to succeed genuinely. I want you to be happy. I want you to be proud. um, I want you to be proud that you are with us, and that's how it should be. But there's a lot of factors that change things and that are unpredictable, and that's just something you're gonna have to deal with being in the space of crypto. Things are unpredictable. Anything could happen, and every single thing that's happened that's been quote unquote a mistake or has not gone on well, we have made a diligent effort to make it right. We work countless hours. Sometimes we do not sleep because we are working to make people happy. And that is facts. Same thing goes with Shadid. Shadid spent so much time and money trying to make you guys happy when we really didn't have to. Think about it. As a project, we could put all of our focus and time on just the product, and we are focusing on the product. But the amount of money, I can't even say how much money we spent on the community. And all it really does is just sell pressure. The people who are taking money from you guys are you guys. And that's just how it is. I'm sorry. It's just realistic. We are not the one selling. The community is the one selling. And that's just how it is. So don't forget about um early OBOT, the amount of people that made thousands of dollars, early people that enter contests, the Twitter giveaways, thousands of dollars. And I could list all of this out for you guys. And I've done it before. I can list all the things that have happened in the community that you guys have profited. And we've seen you guys profit because we've been a part of the organization. We weren't able to be a part of these waitlists and stuff because we are the ones organizing it. But we see the things that go in the background and we know there's a lot of people that good things are happening to. And again, don't get me wrong. I understand not everybody has been able to win. I understand mistakes have been made. I understand things should be smoother and cleaner. And I agree with that. But people let one or two bad things like remove all the good things that happened in the past. And that's why moving forward, we are going to create a community and develop a community to where we reward the loyal people. And it's a work in progress. Not everything's perfect. We may make mistakes, but at the end of it, the people who are loyal and the people who deserve it, those are the people that really deserve to be rewarded. And that's what we're aiming for. I saw you unmute Arcanum if you want to say something.
Yeah, I got a question actually. I just want to ask those people. There are just few people that saying that the market just get back to normal. I just want you guys, to provide your thoughts about it. So how do you decide it that the market get back to normal? I mean, I just want to see the numbers that you've seen because the numbers I'm seeing are totally different, and I couldn't say and I cannot say that the market somehow back to normal. So feel free, please share your vision and your points. Appreciate it.
Yeah, if you guys have anything to say, you guys could even raise your hands and talk about it live if you really want to. But we are going to be reading the chat. I don't want to be too confrontational with you guys. I don't want to come off as I'm being aggressive because that's not what I mean. I'm just being very like forward about it, straightforward. That's how I feel, and I don't want to be misunderstood. So if you want to talk about it, like what Arcanum says is facts. Like,
Yeah, well, nah, I don't know. Who can decide that you're not polite? Because you're polite as heck,
it's always
He's
misunderstood.
always polite.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
always polite, and he has the most
Yeah.
patience of anyone I know.
You explained everything, very well. So it's clear. And
I appreciate
some
that.
people, they just, started to work in Web3, or they just started trade or invest in crypto, and they just, they seen first time the bull market or these, unpredictable cases here, and they just don't know how to act on such market. So that's okay. That's why we try and to educate people. That's why I would say personally, you know, big thank you to everyone in the chats that explain the basic things daily, to the newcomers, to the people that don't know what happening, to the people that don't have experience on the market, and they don't have experience even on the crypto market. So they need, that's pretty important that you guys sharing your experience and explaining stuff and helping those people, to feel them confident. So big thank you, everyone.
Yo, Arcanum, this guy's speaking facts. That's all I gotta say. He's right. We appreciate all of you guys, man, that are really out here doing that stuff. I don't know if any of you want to say anything else before we leave, but the time is up. So we could have last words and then we could just finish up here.
If you don't have, something important to say or answer, I would also I would like to also to say thank you to all of our moderators, because they do that like every day. They're dealing with all the stuff happening here on the, like when it's raining outside, when it's sunny outside. They all the time they here, and they help in the community. They help in the team. And guys, you're doing great work. Thank you.
Yeah, all of our mods are amazing. They have to deal with it all the time.
Sorry. Wonder. There is a question. I think you answered that already, but they have like problems with. So one guy is saying that only Zenith in like 6 rows will get a drop, and the other guy like he's asking if he has not all 6 rows, will he get a drop?
Okay, I'll answer that. So I did see a question that's related just to that by Capybara. So what I'm gonna do, I saw one question, and I'll get to that in like 30 seconds. So Damonte, I'll answer a few more questions, guys. Again, let me know if I talk too fast because I'm trying, but sometimes I do it naturally. But Damonte mentioned about changing the topic. Good idea. Operators related question. Would there be a chance to increase the total amount of submissions? That is possible, but right now, operators is kind of still in some sort of a testing phase when you think about it. It's out, but we're still seeing how everybody's doing for the first time. So things can change, but it's gonna take time, and we're gonna use the data that you guys are providing internally and through the channels here. So you guys can see there's operator feedback channel. Please use it. If you have feedback, please don't hide it. Because if you find something that's wrong or something that you think could be better, share. We're a community. We want to grow together. So you would also help us. Now, to answer your question related to the Zenith of Vovan and also Capybara, I'm going to say his question first. So he says, I agree with you that in order to get Zenith, we need to get shards, but why do you say that shards individually have no value? Nothing like that was written or stated, but you made up your own mind that only Zenith has value. What do you think about that? So I think you're responding to Abinash, right? So you're saying Abinash was saying that the shards individually have no value and that you think people are saying that only Zenith has value. I'm assuming that's what you mean. So my answer to that would be that um one, certain things aren't final, but I did mention something like this earlier on. I would say each of the shards have value, in my opinion. And I could say I could back that up. And you never know when things could change. Like for example, earlier in the process of developing Operation Zenith, what was going to happen was we were going to, and this still could happen by the way, we are going to separate certain things based on amount of shards you complete. So it was going to be like, oh, if you have 2 shards, you unlock like maybe this tier of certain things, which could be access to different quests, access to different, channels, conversations, right? But we ran into a thing and we're still kind of balancing it right now where we have a lot of channels and we do not want to flood the channels. So we have to make sure things are as concise as possible. So we didn't do something like that, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Now, along with that same kind of mentality is before the airdrop happens, someone else mentioned the airdrop about timing. There's not a final date on the airdrop. As I mentioned before, honestly, the way the cycle is moving right now, um, you probably have more time, which is good for some of you, maybe bad for some of you guys, but there's time and I don't know exactly the date when it's going to end, but there will be signs and I will give indications for that, maybe like a month in advance, possibly. But you never know. Like I would say every single shard is valuable, but I don't know if it's gonna be a thing where say we have an airdrop and we're gonna be giving people who have 3 shards allocation, or we're not gonna give anybody who doesn't have certain shards allocation. But I wouldn't let that worry you because the plan is to do things that are fair and balanced. But the way things are right now, I really think everyone should just focus on getting Zenith, I don't want people to be comfortable. I want you to be comfortable, but I don't want people to be like in their head, like, oh, I have 3 shards, I'm good. You know, I want you to do what you can, contribute when you can, but I also don't want it to be a situation where people get stressed out. And it's really, really hard as for us, like in community department, it's really hard for us to balance these things because similar to how we're balancing the way we distribute quest rewards and whatnot, we have to cater to so many types of people. Now, the way Zenith is intended, we're actually pretty generous with the way we're distributing shards. And because when Zenith Operation Zenith was initially designed, the plan was to, and it still is, to make it very exclusive, right? Very exclusive. And the problem with that is it might be too exclusive to the point where um people get upset. And people shouldn't be upset because it's like it's a reward for people who are worthy of Zenith. But we have to be real, a lot of people are spending a lot of time. The people that spend their time, so imagine someone who spends maybe 40 hours, for example, or 100 hours or 200 hours contributing to the project, but they don't get Zenith and they get nothing at the end, right? That's not fair, right? We want people who contribute to, you know, feel valued. And we really have to balance that because Zenith is still going to be rare. Zenith is everybody in this call right now, not everybody's gonna get Zenith. Probably there's a chance, but I don't want to give numbers on how many people I think are going to get Zenith, but it's for your interest too that not everybody gets Zenith. And part of the reason a lot of people are worried about Zenith is the airdrop. And I get it. I get it. But people have to understand that Zenith is not the airdrop. The airdrop is an extension / a reward of Zenith because you know Zenith is gonna be around for like forever as far as I'm looking, right? And Zenith is gonna have benefits that are beyond, what else is in the channels or the server, right? And it's still growing. It's gonna continue growing. So you should not see Zenith as the airdrop. You should see an airdrop as a part of Zenith. And sorry if I'm kind of going so many places. It's just really complicated sometimes because there's so many things to consider, and I really don't want people to misunderstand intention or to be worried unnecessarily. If you have questions, please ask. Um, Sometimes I make it a while till I get to you guys. So I apologize, but the community department's always here. Like Amanda puts in so much work. Kat's always here. The moderators, everyone's here to help. You know, and you know, we're here to help you. I see everybody. I see Arcanum out here. I see Vic. I see all these people out here helping, and that is what we want to do. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask, even if they're hard or they don't make sense. We'll answer and we'll try to give you the best answer. So again, sorry if I'm rambling, but I say every single chart has value, but realistically, just focus on getting Zenith. Everything you guys probably want as a reward comes from working towards Zenith, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. But don't get too caught up in the Discord roles. Remember, we have products, we have Ocean, we have operators. You want to be a part of those. You want to use those for benefit of the project and also benefit for yourself, honestly. So make sure you're educated. Make sure you understand how they work. Yeah. I'll do a few more questions. I'm just gonna read. Can we send answers of any questions to Amanda also? Yeah, you can. But I don't want you guys to flood her DMs, honestly. So
I can forward them to you.
okay. I think we are done pretty much. If you have questions, you guys could just ping us in chat. And yeah, I think that was productive. So I'll see you guys next week. We have the community AMA, and we're also gonna have product updates with Shadid. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.